In today's session, we will be seeing about the various faults and the abnormal operating conditions in an alternator. So, before providing what kind of protection you can give it to the stator and the rotor windings, first of all, it is essential that we should know what are the problems that could occur, and for those problems, what are the protection methods that could be employed. Okay, so first here we have taken the classification in terms of faults and abnormal operating conditions. So this electrical fault, it can occur either in your stator or rotor. If it is going to be the stator, what happens? It will affect your three-phase stator winding. If it is going to be the rotor, the fault will affect the field winding. Now, in this three-phase stator, what are the possible faults that can occur? You can have a face-to-face fault or a interturn fault, that is between the windings a fault can occur, or between the two phases a fault can occur, or it can be a ground fault, line to ground fault or a earth fault. So, these are the three possibilities in the stator. Now, whenever I am going to go in for the rotor, so for this I will have to check up whether it is short circuited to ground or not. Now, moving on to the abnormal condition, this abnormal condition, it can be either electrical or it can be mechanical. Whenever it is going to be the electrical, of course, the same concept. You can have it for the stator or the rotor. If it is a stator, it is a three-phase stator winding protection to be given, or else if it is a rotor, you have to protect the field winding of the rotor. Now, if it is going to be a change or a fault is occurring in a three-phase stator winding, due to abnormal condition, it can be due to the unbalanced loading in the each phase. If there is going to be unbalanced loading in each phase, in that case, it can incur a negative sequence component in the circuit. So, what is the difference between positive sequence component and a negative sequence component? If all the phases are going to be in the same, that is in the clockwise direction, RYB means it is your positive sequence current. If it is going to rotate in the anti-clockwise, it is called as your negative sequence current. So, this negative sequence current is going to incur a loss in the circuit or overheating in the circuit, which should be avoided. The next thing is, if at all the rotor field is going to get affected, field winding is going to get affected, it can result in the loss of excitation to the system. In that case, what will happen? It will start drawing the current from the grid. This also might cause overheating. So, this condition also should be taken care of. Now, moving on to the mechanical abnormal condition. In this case, there might be a fault or the loss of the prime mover. When the prime mover is getting lost, what will happen? So, this there is a problem at the input side. So, what happens? Whatever is the mechanical power given, it is going to run as an alternator and it is going to supply the active power. But when the input is stopped, it will start drawing the active power from the grid. So, this condition also should be avoided. The next thing is your overspeeding. Suddenly, if the load on the system is reduced, it results in the overspeeding of the circuit. Even this overspeeding could be dangerous, and suitable protection, that is speed governor mechanism, should be provided in your circuitry. Okay, so in a generator circuitry, you can just have an example of the school boy going to the school. Suppose if he is from Monday to Friday, he takes a lot amount of the load, and while in the evening, if you could see, he will be very tired, he will come slowly. But let us consider a Saturday class, half a day class, the book load will be very low. Immediately after the bell rings, he just runs off and comes. Okay, this shows that when the load on the system is reduced, it results in the overspeeding. Just a comparison so that you can remember. Okay, so in that case, he runs fast. So that sometimes there is a probability that he might fall. Okay, so thus this results in the, whenever you are going to compare the generator circuitry, in that case, so whenever the load is reduced, accordingly this overspeeding can lead to dangerous high speeds. In that case, you should use the speed governor mechanism to tackle with. So thus, in today's class, we have seen what are electrical faults with respect to your stator and rotor, and of course the abnormal operating conditions, electrical and mechanical. So now in the next session, we will be seeing how we are going to protect the different types of protective mechanism. These are the faults that is going to occur. Now for all these faults, how the alternator protection schemes are devised. Usually for these two things, you will be going in for your merge price scheme, and for your interturn fault, you have a separate scheme. And then when you're going for your rotas, for each and every topic, you have a different types of protection schemes. So that we will see in the next session one by one. Thank you.